Guys, let's talk about how to earn extra income as a student. So I know most of my audience are millennials, we are trying to build wealth. But then here and there are some students who creep up in my videos, they watch it because they want to learn how to earn extra income. Especially as a student, we all know that 80% of the time you're already stressed from schoolwork. Now to top it off with you need extra allowances because the money you're giving at home is not enough. This increases your stress level to 90 to 95%. This is many people's reality, and it was my reality at some point when I was in school. So I want to share with you what you can do to help you to buffer for whatever you are getting as your allowance. And especially like you need something that you can do that will not interfere with your schoolwork and make your life easy while still earning money. It's important we find creative ways to achieve this. So I've made sure to list the options I'm going to be giving you, from the ones that are less stressful, can make you more money, down to the options that sometimes require a little more effort and can sometimes still not make you as much money as the first ones. So it's a matter of priority and how you can manage your time juggling school and going about this work. So choose wisely so that you don't fall behind in your schoolwork. The very first one is creating an app. Yes, I know this one, it can seem like it requires a whole lot. Trust me, I know. But if you know how to program, it is not for everybody, but if you know how to program, it is one option you might want to explore. There was one time I tried dabbling into programming using like the simplest, I've forgotten the name of this software, but just look for those options where you can easily learn a software that just create something simple. Maybe you can create a game, like those Super Mario games, those kind of small things, or even habit trackers. These are options you might want to explore. You don't necessarily have to create a very big app. And the interesting thing is, once this app is running, you can start making money even when you are sleeping, so it is a good thing. But at the start it might be very slow because people are still getting to know your product. But just create options, or those situations that will make it easier for people to come and use your platform, especially among students like yourself. Word of mouth advertisement. Start with making it free for a limited period. Like say, okay, first 100 to register will get the platform for free. Just anything. And especially if it is an app that will have influence on how people live life, that will reduce the stress they are experiencing even as students, you find that many people will show interest in it, and over time your app will be running and you'll be making money. But this is one option, and I know it is not the easiest, but it is one that can make you a whole lot of money. The next one is becoming a video editor. Yes, video editing is one thing that I know it can require some time, but if you are very good at it, especially if you've been building your skills up for some time, it will be very easy for you to make money. Like, this is one thing that maybe it's because it is time consuming and it requires you to know a lot of tricks and tips here and there. So it sometimes feels like a handful, but you can always start with those simple edits like CapCut edits. Just edit people's YouTube videos. These things are now accessible to you. You don't even need Premiere Pro to edit like stunning videos now. With CapCut Pro you can do this. If you are interested in editing, there are platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, where you can go to get work. Even though you don't even go to these platforms, there are companies that still request freelance video editors here and there. So look into those options to help you get gigs. And the more you become better at editing, the more people will recommend you to others. So you see, with time you just be earning more money and earning more money, especially if you can do it at the times that is not clashing with your schoolwork. You find that you keep making money from doing this. I know video editing is one thing that can make a lot of money, so look into it. You don't need to do all the fancy edits. Just taking time to do something that someone else is not willing to do, because for me now, all these my videos are being edited by someone and I pay them. It is not cheap, so I know. So maybe look into video editing as one source of passive income. Become a virtual assistant. Nowadays, like, many people don't want to do those menial jobs that they can outsource. And especially being a virtual assistant is one very flexible job that you can do. It is a juicy one. So your celebrities, your even influencers now are having assistants. If the everyday person is having assistants because they don't want to be doing the TikTok algorithm research, they don't want to be finding out what is trending, they want you to do all those things for them, answering emails, just basically organizing their life, that they will only be the face of the brand, but then there's someone organizing every aspect of, and it is quite a lot, so they don't want to do all that while still being the face of the brand. So look into these options. Being a virtual assistant is one thing that can really make you good money, especially if you find those big influencers that are now making a ton of money. Even though as a beginner you might want to start with smaller people, because you've not really created your portfolio to say that, okay, I've managed this person's platform for so, but just starting is at least a step in the right direction. Launch a YouTube channel. Yes, this one might seem like it is a lot of work, and I know, because for 2 years now I've been on this work, but it is one thing that over time will be beneficial, not only in your personal growth, in helping you to earn extra income, because it can feel like a lot of hard work, especially because right now I'm filming this video at night, but it is one thing that has potential. So if you are one that is very good at maybe something, if let's say you don't want to be talking about finance, or you don't want to be talking about the normal stuff, you can do comedy skits. These are things that are making people money now. You can see somebody who film a full movie and they'll post it on YouTube, and it is something that not really require, it will require hard work, but with those type of videos, it is just you doing something that you love doing, maybe with your friends or something, and then you post it to your channel. Over time you start making money from it. It is another source of income. And this brings me to my next one: creating online courses. Just like I talked about YouTube, even though you don't even maybe use your YouTube for creating comedy skits or creating all those passion projects, you can use it to teach a particular subject that you are very good at. Instead of you doing free tutoring, that is, while you can even still do free tutoring, you can still just film those sessions where you are doing free tutoring and then upload it to your YouTube channel. You find that over time you start, your channel will start growing, because anything that is going to teach people how to make their life easy, it is something that people are always going to consume. It might be a matter of time, but people are always going to gravitate towards those type of things. So create a YouTube channel, create online courses, and then upload them to the platforms that that will help you to make money. And you find that it will start becoming easy for you to make cool cash, especially being a teenager or being as a student who is already earning money. There was one interview I saw where someone was talking about how he's a student, but he has a YouTube channel that has over 20 million subscribers. Just imagine that amount of money. And he does all this gaming stuff, all this Minecraft and all those gaming stuff. I don't really understand all those games, but he does those things on his channel. And especially the funny thing is that it is even faceless channel. People have now known his channel so well that he's making a lot of money. I think he said he was earning 100K in dollars every month as a student. So it is very possible. Just choose what that you can do very well, that you can upload on your channel, whether creating an online course which you can even post on other platforms, not only YouTube. Yes, you can even use Spotify. There are platforms where you can create courses and all that, and people will consume your content and you start making money. So this next option is, should I say, the financial route, which is opening a high yield savings account. So this is another source of passive income, because this is not your traditional, these options I'm sharing with you now, it is not your traditional job. You are asking for passive income sources, so you are not going to be earning so much money, especially with this option I'm talking about right now, opening a high yield savings account, and which it depends on how much you are getting as your allowances in the first place. After taking out the money you need for your necessities, putting it in these platforms where that, okay, you can even earn your interest monthly, weekly, quarterly, yearly. The more time period you leave your money in this account, the more you are making more money. It might not make you a lot of money, but it is one that, especially if you don't want to do anything, it is a good source of passive income. Just put your money in there and it will start working for you and making you extra money. To be honest with you, it requires a lot of money to make a lot of interest. So think about it. But at least you are making money that you did not work for. Invest in dividend paying stocks. Just like high yield savings account making you money, dividend paying stocks is another one. But I will be very honest with you, like I told you, we started from the highest paying to the lowest paying, and this one is something that might not give you a lot of money, and it depends on how much you invest in dividend paying stocks. So that will determine what you get as dividends. But if you have a lot of money stacked up, you can always invest it, and you are being paid every time. Just imagine you invest in maybe like 2, 3, 4 dividend paying stocks, and you are now making cool cash from this. So it is good, at least, because your money is invested in a company that is profitable. You are now making money and being paid shares from the profit of that company. The next one is becoming a professional friend. So recently, like, a lot of options are out there now to make money, and this one is one that I find very funny. You have to now talk to lonely people online. But as long as you're making money, who lonely help? You have to do what you need to do to make money. And the good thing is that even per hour, maybe you are earning like $10, you are earning $12, depending on, you know, whichever option you find. But as long as you are making money per hour, just imagine talking to lonely people online. That is cool cash money. That is, as just treat the person as if you are talking to your friend. You find that it is easy for you to make money. And just like this other one, completing online surveys. You know, I talked about how this, we are going down down down. This online surveys one, I contemplated whether to, you know, recommend it, but some people have sworn by it that they are making a lot of money from it. But I tried it one time. I downloaded the app. It was the most time consuming thing. Like, it requires a lot of effort with little pay. So you might think about it. If you have free time, that you might just, you know, log into these apps and just be making extra money. So just look into which options are out there. I know some pay more than others, and especially those platforms that when you even sign up, they pay you from onset. You just signing up is like a source of income. So look into the platforms, especially check TikTok. You will see many options out there. There are so many. These are some side jobs that you can start as a student, especially if you are one that feels that your allowances is never enough for you and you're struggling with school, you're not struggling with money issues. Choose whichever options amongst these ones that I've just shared with you and start, you know, trying to incorporate them into your free time. And the good thing is, if it is something that you're very interested in, maybe like, let's say, being a virtual assistant is something that you like. And the good thing about just like virtual assistant is you're earning money in dollars. You don't even necessarily have to be an assistant to someone in your home country. You can be an international, you know, virtual assistant. You know, see how juicy that name sounds. So you can just look into these options I've, you know, recommended and start making extra income. But for now, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Are you a student that is watching this video, or are you one of the millennials that is still watching this video and feel like, you know, you might tell somebody you know about these options that are provided? I would love to hear from you in the comments, and share your thoughts in there as well, because, you know, I really want us to be conversing on this channel. But if you really like this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification, and, you know, we need to go and check out the next video. So let's go over there. Bye guys.